Have you ever felt like there's this massive, unbreakable wall standing between you and your dream? Like you're staring up at something so big, so intimidating, that you can't even imagine how to get to the other side. It's a feeling that can stop you in your tracks before you even take your first step. Maybe you think the only way to break through is to have 1 million followers cheering you on, a bank account overflowing with cash, or some kind of magical permission slip from the universe that says you're allowed to try. It's easy to believe that success is reserved for people who already have a head start, who already have the resources, the connections, the luck. But let me tell you something. None of that is true. Those are just stories we tell ourselves to justify staying put, to avoid the risk of failing. The truth is, you don't need any of those things to begin. Every legendary business, every household name, every success story you look up to, they all started at zero customers, zero recognition, zero certainty that it would ever work. The biggest brands in the world were once just ideas scribbled on napkins, dreams whispered in quiet rooms, or projects started in garages and basements. They began with 0 followers, 0 funding, and 0 outside applause. No one was watching. No one was waiting for them to succeed. They had to create their own momentum from nothing. What they did have was a stubborn belief that what they had to give was worth starting. They had an idea, a vision, a spark, and they decided that was enough. They didn't wait for the world to validate them. They validated themselves by taking action. I know it's tempting to scroll through your feeds and see people who seem to have made it overnight. It's easy to think, I could never do that without a head start, without the right connections, without someone opening the door for me. But what you're seeing is just the highlight reel, not the years of quiet hustle that came before. The truth is, almost nobody starts with a head start. Most people start with nothing but an idea and a willingness to try. They just start right where they are with whatever they have. That's the only real secret. What you really need isn't a boost in followers or a sudden windfall of cash. What you need is a boost in grit, a willingness to keep going when it's hard, to show up for yourself even when no one else is watching. It's about the willingness to show up early, stay up late, and grind it out when the world is asleep. It's about putting in the work when there's no applause, no recognition, just you and your dream. It's about having the courage to press publish when you're terrified nobody will care, or maybe even more scared that they will. It's about being vulnerable, putting your work out there, and letting the world see what you've made. Every single day you move, even if it's just a tiny step, you build momentum. Each action, no matter how small, is a brick in the foundation of your future success. You don't need anyone's permission to make your first sale, launch your website, or pitch your idea to someone who might believe in it. The only permission you need is your own. All you need is the guts to begin. The courage to take that first step, even if your hands are shaking and your voice is trembling. Momentum doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment or the right audience or the stars to align. It comes from movement, from doing, from trying, from learning as you go. It comes from believing that your vision is worth fighting for, even when it's just you in your room, hustling at midnight, fueled by coffee, stubborn hope, and the quiet conviction that you're building something that matters. I'm not saying it's easy. In fact, it's often the hardest thing you'll ever do. There will be days when you feel invisible, when rejection stings, when you question if any of it is worth it. There will be setbacks, doubts, and moments when quitting feels like the only option. You'll wonder if you're cut out for this, if you're strong enough to keep going, but you're tougher than you think. Every time you get back up, every time you push through exhaustion or fear, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you imagined. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to be brave enough to start, to take that leap, even when you're not sure where you'll land. Because the world doesn't reward potential. It rewards action. It rewards the people who show up, who try, who keep moving forward even when it's hard. So if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. This is your permission slip, your green light, your invitation to begin. Don't wait for followers. Don't wait for funding. Don't wait for anyone to tell you it's okay. The only thing you need to do is start. Start messy, start scared, start small, just start. Let your movement create the momentum you need. Every action you take sets off a chain reaction, building energy, building confidence, building your future. Your story starts at 0, but it doesn't have to stay there. The first page is blank, but you get to write what comes next. So take that first step and keep moving forward. Your future is waiting.